Okay, welcome to ProFrame 2015 training videos. This is a second video dealing with the customer file maintenance. I'm going to go over a few things that I didn't cover in the first customer file maintenance video. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's just go ahead and pull up. I'm going to go to Customer Global and I'm going to pull up the customer here called Global Picture Frame. Double click here. Now if you'll notice right here I've got a button that says WIP. Well, what that is work in process. If I click that, it will pull up any open work orders that we've got currently going on for this account. This happens to be a back order and I can see it because it's a B there. It would be a W if it were a work order, and it'd be an R if it was a return. So I can also from here, if I wanted to, I can see the line item because that's what we're looking at. So that's actually the line item. But if I wanted to, I could double click this guy and I could actually see, and I'm going to turn this off because I don't want to use the automated feature here. So I'm going to click print. And that way I can actually view the order without printing it, okay? All right, now I'm going to quit that. Now out of this same customer file maintenance screen, let's say I go to AR history. Well, I could actually double click this guy, which was posted on the 23rd. Of course, this is way back. Don't pay any attention to the date. This is just old test data here. But I can double click this guy and basically view what I just viewed. While the other one was a work order, this is actually the invoice. So the other one, like I said, was a work order. So this is the invoice that was posted on that day. So I could reprint this thing. I could as well as view it. Now I could, if I wanted to, I could save this as well as a PDF file, for example. And I could just call it invoice 136A and then save it. And of course you didn't get to see that because I didn't slide it up. Sorry about that. Let me do it again. PDF, let me slide this up so you see what I'm doing right here. So it's just opening up my documents here. And then it's going to tell me it already exists, and I'll just go ahead and override it. Okay, so I can easily export that out as a PDF. Now what I can do with that if I wanted to, since this customer's got an email address, I can click the email button here and it will actually open up the email feature where I can then click an attachment and I can change my, well, I didn't want to do that. Here we go. So I'm going to change this to PDFs and then there it is right there. So I can double click it. So I can bring that in and then type in a body, in the email. And then of course I can just click send and it would send that email out to that customer with that invoice as an attachment. Okay. Now I can double click this reference number and actually see the invoices that payment was applied to. Okay. Again, I could highlight this record and select print, and it would actually print a report of my AR history starting at that invoice. Okay. I could also select payments and it would give me a detailed listing of all the payments and then tell me what invoices that it was applied to. Okay. And of course, if I changed, it only did that because I only had one payment, but I could highlight the one I want to start with. Okay. So that's a few little things there. Here's aging. Same thing. I can double click that and reprint that invoice if I wanted to, which I've already done. I'll just show you again. There it is. So it's basically just going to reprint that invoice. And then here I have aging report. And I can save that as a PDF as well and turn right around and email this to the customer. Or I could print this. I could print a statement of what they currently owe me. Okay. And again, I could save as a PDF, email it, or print it. Okay. Let's take a look at detailed sales. I think I've already looked at that on another video. We'll go back and do it again. There we go. So some of this stuff goes all the way back to 2010. This is old stuff. But as you can see, it's just listing the items that I've sold that customer over the years. Okay. Now I could select lost sales here, and the system would, if I choose to track lost sales, it would tell me what sales I may have lost, which this one doesn't have any. But later on in the order entry video, you'll be able to see how you could possibly record lost sales simply by changing a quantity. Maybe they ordered 5, and then when you shipped it or confirmed it, you changed it to 3. Then the program is going to ask you, hey, why did, it's going to allow you to select a reason why you lost 2 on that order. So it'll track that type of information. Let's take a look at profile and see if there's anything there we can miss. Since he's got an email, I could click email here and open up the email program and actually be able to send them an email. Now this is directly from ProFrame. So this is bypassing an Outlook or a Google account. This will send email out directly out of my software. Okay, it just needs a mail server and the username and passwords and credentials, and it can do that kind of thing. Credit cards, basically you're just able to set up a lot of different credit cards that you'll be able to select from when you're posting payments for this particular customer. And it's all encrypted. So if I double click this guy, it will unencrypt it. But as soon as I save it or cancel it, then it's actually encrypted in the databases themselves. So it's pretty secure. All right, let's go back to, I think that's about it on what I may have missed. I want to take a look at terms and just show you terms real quick, and I'm going to end this particular video. Just so you know where that terms is coming from and why there's so many different selections and how it treats each one differently and how it works with the system. So let me quit from there. I'm going to go to System, go to Lookup Table, go to Terms, and here's my terms file. I'm going to double click this to get in edit mode. So if I double click the very first one, I see that I've set it up as a net 30 days, 2% 10-day discount. Well, that's just a description that helps me, but it's really right here. It's 30-day terms, okay? It's a cash discount, which is 2% if they pay within 10 days, okay? And also, it's a $5 flat fee on an interest rate. So when I close at the end of the month, if it's beyond 30 days owed, it's going to charge a $5 flat fee as a finance charge, okay? If I go to credit card account, you'll see that I'm telling the program that this is a credit card term, so it wants to know the difference in order to know how to handle this when you go to make the payment. And then we bill a statement, and it's not password protected, okay? So this one is just 5-day, which normally credit card's going to be, pretty It's just 5 because it's just defaulted to that. It's not that big a deal because a credit card's not really a net due day terms, if you will. And of course, there's no cash discount or interest on credit card terms. So this transfer here is a unique account. Normally you don't change it, you just leave it as is. And then you can set up as many as you need. There's also down toward the bottom what is called an AP hold. So this is a special terms as well, because what this does is allows you to go in and set up an account that it's on accounts payable on hold, and that usually has to do with your accounts payables anyway. So that allows you to basically pull up a vendor or a payable and put it on hold so that it's not being processed until you take it off hold. All right, well, that pretty much covers the terms there. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and thanks for watching.